3, am I audible? Check. Check. Am I audible? Check. Am I audible? Check 1, 2, 3. Check. Navin sir, am I audible? I repeat, Navin sir, am I audible?
Link principal పెట్టు first.
क्या करेंगे तो कौन सा
Dear participants, we will start the session in another couple of minutes. Please bear with us.
Santosh sir, am I audible?
Santosh sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Audible only. Audible,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Sir, shall we start the session, sir? Santosh sir?
Yes, sir. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. A very good morning, all of you. I welcome you all for the second day FDP program. I am immense and pleasure being here. I am very glad to put a few words about today's speaker, Dr. Santosh J, presently working as an associate professor at Weltech University, Chennai, who holds the perseverance of attaining as much knowledge as possible from his stream of expertise. He is a PhD holder in computer science engineering with a professional experience in the same field for almost 10 years now. His rich cap of responsibilities includes his contribution in works related to his institute certification, such as NBA, NAC, ISO 9001, 2001, and ABET. He is also an active member in professional bodies like ISTE, UACEE, CSTE. He also has published various research papers in national and international journals, shows his interest and dedication towards the subject. His presence today between us is something I feel much honored and excited about. Without much ado, I would request Dr. Santosh sir to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Manoj sir. Sir, can I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you, sir. So have a tremendous day, tremendous morning to everyone. So today, let me introduce myself. Already, sir introduced Manoj, sir. So I'm Dr. J. Santosh. I'm working in the associate professor in Weltech University. I have to start with IoT architecture because of already the schedule has been sent it over, right? All the participants, those who are right currently joined. So let me take it further to IoT architecture. The agenda, what I'm going to cover for today class. So here I have to use it for that introduction, communication challenge, 4 stages of the IoT architecture, layered architecture, IoT technologies, communication models, and the IoT applications. Some of the applications I have used here to expose it. So here it is the IoT introductions. So something it may already know about it for that IoT. In that IoT, interconnected of devices over the network to exchange the data between the center and also further the receiver. So there is no IoT definitions was there in the previous. Suppose I'm going to research on it. From that, I'm going to create a content. It is my definitions. So we don't know that either definitions is their exact definitions of the IoT, it was there or not, because of the Kevin Ashton 1999, he was working in the supply chain company. He want to interact with the superior persons, that means his manager. That's why he has introduced in that RFID. So want to interact because of all has to know about it, because of want to impress on the next level, want to do something. So that's why he also did something in that, but used for that RFID. But here to communicate the devices over that network, so exchange the data between them. So that's why here I have to use for the interactions. That is the embedded device. Either you have used for that Arduino, or it is in our Raspberry Pi, or according to in our applications, which applications it is suitable for you. That means microcontroller it is suitable for you. For an example, using for that Arduino, only one program can able to execute, but more than one program you can execute at a time. You can go for it for Raspberry Pi. So some of the various applications in your situations, you have to use it Arduino or Raspberry Pi, whatever the thing. So here it is the building of the blocks of IoT. It has already the introduction sessions was taken by the previous resource person. They have given some sensors, some what are all the introductions about all those things. Only I have to cover here, it is the architecture part with some basic knowledge and also some applications. So here I have to take it as the sensors, processor, gateways, applications. So sensors, you know about it, it is the Sensor, it is you want to deploy it in that environment, you want to collect some data because of the basic prerequisite knowledge it is needed. You all know about it for that wireless sensor networks. Suppose they are doing for that research or taking for the class, they know about it for that wireless sensor networks. So in that sensors, you have used it for an applications for blind people. They want to identify the correct path. They have to use it for that ultrasonic sensor. So what type of sensors it is required in your application? Such sensors where you have to fix it. So that's why in that sensor it is the things. Basically, it is the things of the systems. After that, the sensor, it will be collecting the data from the environment where it will be sent. Through the gateway, through it is the processor or microcontroller which we having in your Arduino or Raspberry Pi, it is the brain of the systems. So that brain of the systems, they have to take it and do some process because of some noise, some right of pre-processing techniques will be there. So that also will do, then it forwarded into the gateway because of we have used it for that over the network, the devices to be connected over the network. So in that network, they have used for here, right, in the gateway, either they have used for the IP, UDP, or it is the TCP. So based on that, they have forwarded that into the right next level for that applications. So before that, we'll do it for that middle layer. So in that middle layer, we'll do for analysis or analytics of our collected data. So what is the data gathered from that environment that we want to do? Analytics are within the processor or it is in the cloud based on your choice. Suppose the minimum amount of the data you can take it, that you will do it in the processor itself. Suppose the large enormous data you are going to do it. So for an example, you have to take it. So future, that is the predictions. Past year for this same day, what is the temperatures on that particular place? So want to do some analysis. So it will be there in that for machine learning concepts. It will come. Cloud means machine learning. Definitely it will come in that for applications for end user. What is the service they have to provide it? What is the abstractions of the data? That means the visualizations. Again, you have to use it in our. For an example, you have to use it in our MQTT. In that message queuing telemetry transport protocol, you have the dashboard on in your mobile. Otherwise, through it in our web service. So according to that, you have to choose it. So it is the basic, some of the sensors I have used, only the sensor cost 6 rupees or 12 rupees. So some of the applications, depending on that applications, you can buy the sensor. Only the board cost, it has too much of that. So that's why it is for that introduction part. So what I'm trying to tell us for that step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So here it is how it will be deployed in that. Depends on that your applications. Suppose I have taken for that small agriculture. In that, I'm in need of the humidity sensors. Then I'm in need of the moisture sensors. I'm in need of the temperature sensors. So what are the sensors you are in need? Then actuators, because of the basic terminology, why I'm insisting means the faculty or the students has to get what is the basic terminology, what is the prerequisite for the right IoT, they must know it. So actuator, normally for an example, in your brain is the control systems to give some actions to, because of everything it is controlled under the brain. To action, right, to give the instructions to that hand to raise your hand. So that motions of actions to be executed. So you have to turn on the some of the advertisements you have seen from that switch off the lights. Only that electrical signals it will be converted into analog into the digitized, right? That will be again it is the switched off. So on or off, zeros or ones it will be do. So that process in that step 1, then step 2 having for received from sensors and other devices in that analog form, which need to be aggregated and converted to the digital form for further data processing. Because of want to do the data pre-processing and also processing technique should be there. It should be for the edge computing or it should be for the cloud computing. So that was here. Then step 3 having for the digitized and aggregated. So the pre-processed and standardized move it into the cloud for that future. So that's why I'm telling for this same day for the previous year. So what is the temperature you want to predict? then what was happening on that for the same day. So that data to be keep it on, because of that enormous data means want to do some analysis by using the cloud alone for the data analytics. And also for security part in that step 3 it will come, and the final one it is the analyzed at the required level. So advanced analytics applied to this data bring accountable business insights. Normally I will tell you for the right architecture there, business part of view, right, what they have used for that analytics part, because of the next day they are going to deliver about the data analytics. So that's why I'm not more concentrate on that analytics, only concentrate on the architecture part. So communication challenges, normally you know about it from the wireless sensor network. From that wireless sensor network, it will have some required power to get the data or capture the data or acquisitions of the data from the environment. Normally, you have to take the data means in your battery power, how it is right, how it very much required, then how it is forwarded into the right next layer, how much power it will be the backup, either it is the 1 year, the durations. So with the minimal compute and storage resources, normally the computational power also it is required, it is more computational power. Suppose you want to do for in the cloud computing, that means in your cloud storage place, there you have to do some analytic process, means the computational it is more and more. So previously edge computing you have used means inside and the process and also take it as an output, then it will be stored. So here it is the challenges addressing and identification. Normally want to get in that physical layer, you deploy the sensors according to in our applications. From that sensor again, that how to collect the data where it will be forward, what is the device to device communications, or it will be forwarded into the next level of, right, that is the network layer. So identify the devices, because of you know about it, IoT, it is the enormous, the name it is the internet of things which are all connected with the devices, which are all connected with the network, then it will be transferred the data. So that machine to machine also it was there, will tell you later. So here it is the low power communication. What is the protocol that is required for that low power, because of you want to collect the data, you want to send it into the next level, then it will get for right more attentions. So suppose the cluster itself, wireless sensor network, the all the nodes under the cluster, it will be forward the data to that cluster, any one sensor half field or minimum energy. So that's why in the IoT have the challenges for another thing also, for self healing, automatically it will recover in the right process, that is the self-healing process also it will be there in that IoT. Then for the troubleshooting automatically require 4 sensors was there. In that 4 sensor, 3 sensors have sent the data. One sensor it is not able to send because of some issues or trouble, it will recover automatically. So low power communications it is needed, and routing protocol with low memory requirement. So for this purpose, you have to use it for the minimum. So I have to set only for that switch off the light alone. So from that switch off the light in my bedroom. So some of the advertisements also you have seen that only for that particular purpose, it will take a small amount of the data. What type of protocols it is needed? What is the computational power it is needed? What is the board you have to use it? What is the communication device you have to use it? So like that, so from that first two, you have to do the research on that particular, you need to concentrate all those things, it is the challenges. High speed communications, you said after 5 minutes it will work, there is no efficiency on it. There is no accuracy on it. Accuracy will be there, but it will come late. So here it is the high speed communication and mobility of the smart things. Normally in your mobile also having for number of sensors in mobility, we have used for switch on the light sensor, then camera sensor, mic sensor. So number of sensors was there in the mobility of smart things. For car also they have fixed for recently it is the Tesla car will tell you for that application basis. So here you have to use for mobility of the smart things. So here 4 stages of IoT architecture. In third, four stages of IoT architecture, first, you know about it. For an example, I have given for sensors and actuators. So for which protocols you need to use. So here it is the sensor and actuators for wired or wireless protocol. Either you have used for that, know about it IEEE 802.3, or it is the some other right cables you have used, then serial cable, so it is connected within your hard disk. So that type of cables also you have used for that wire. So wireless you have used for that IEEE 802.11 AH, then 802.15.4. So whatever the thing you have used, then it is in our stage 2 internet gateways, data acquisitions, and acquisition systems. So data aggregations to analog, digital measurements and control. Here itself, you need to control it over that. What is the capture data that it will be stored on that in your processor, in your primary memory. From that memory, you want to do some right processing. So that is in our stage 2. For that stage 3, processing itself, it is doing some analytics. Normally, the minimal amount of the data you have stored in that process, in that board itself, there itself you have to do some processing. It is the edge computing. Then it will go for the cloud. There it will be do some analytics for the future predictions. It is for the data center or cloud analytics. So here it is, the applications layered architecture. In third layer architecture, sensors and connectivity, gateway and network, management service, application. So here you have used for the sensor connectivity and everything. Then what is the IoT technologies are there? That means IoT protocols are there. That I have given for this diagram, how it will be connected through that in our access point to the mobile to the base station, then it will be taken that server. Simple, I have given here. So it is the layered architecture of expanded details of the right layered architecture. So here you need to use it for the physical layer, communication layer, middle layer, application and management layer. So physical layer, you know about it. So suppose I have to take it as the smart farming. For an applications of that smart farming, what are all the sensors it is required to collect the data from the that particular cultivation land. In that particular cultivation land for crop, water, soil management, suppose I have taken an example. So moisture sensor it is needed, temperature sensor it is needed. So some of the sensors it is needed right for that particular purpose, crop water management. For the communications, you need either the short range communication or medium range communication or long range communication, or it is the wire or wireless. So that you need to decide according to your application. So from that applications alone, you can take it right which type of communications IoT technology it is required. According to that, right, depending on that applications you have chosen, very short range means you have used in your Bluetooth, it is enough. So some extended means using that Wi-Fi, it is enough. So when it is required, when you have to use the machine to machine means you have to use for MQTT or constrained application protocol. So which one it is required according to in your application. So here you have to take it as middle layer. In that middle layer only the big process it will do, because of either you have to take it the data from that gateway, so do the pre-processings, then resource management. Here it is the communication model it will come. What is the resource? Either that's why I tell you, right, MQTT or client server model, or it is the public subscribe or publish model. So which one we need to take it? According to home appliance, they need to talk each other. So gas leak, it will send an alarm. So to the fire alarm, it will send the communication to devices. It will send the communications between them. After that, it will making an alarm. Then we have to find that. So some of the resources identification it is required for the resource identifications for that registration, then it is for that intelligent broker. So normally what it will do, the intelligent broker, so here it is the same MQTT for an example I have taken. I have used the number of publishers, but the consumer has to consume, that means in subscribe for that any one topic. So like that, it is the resource management was there. Then data management you know about it, because of communications layer, how to send the data to the next layer. Communication layer, what it will do, collected the data from that physical layer. So what is the captured data? So from edge computing in the data, so you have in that microcontroller itself, you have to do some actions or processing. You have to use it in your edge compute. Or in that process, here you have used for recovery management. So filtering, aggregations, processing, collections, how it will be interrelated one. So what is the event to be taken from that? It will be do the processings also. The overall, it will be data managements to be collected. So collections, it will take from collections to the processing. How, what are all the data? Suppose I'm in need of, it is the dry. In my cultivation land, it is dry. I want to do or switch on the motor to process over there. So water I want to supply to that particular plant. At the time, I need only to that particular plant alone. Then what is the data I want to collect it? Which time? Then what is the weather conditions? So all the process will do it in Arduino alone, not you are doing in your not you are doing in Arduino, you are doing in the Raspberry Pi. Because of more than one sensor, more than one program, it will be executed. So that's why it will do it for that processing. From that processing, again, it will do some filtering for the noise or some unwanted data. So which one you are in need of the exact one. So that alone you have to take it here, filtering, and you want to do some aggregations. So aggregated of the collected data. So that's why you have used in your mobile or in your web service for the dashboard. So what are all the things you want to, everything, every sensors activities you have to monitor. So from the dashboard, so which one you want to take it, what is the graph or what is the right consumption rate, or right for depending on your applications, you have to write in your dashboard, otherwise using the web service. That's why in that application having for HTTP. So the database layer, in that database layer, the distributed data storage. The distributed data storage have the structured one. So what is the disk? Already it will do it in the data analytics. So know about it. What is the data analytics? In the data analytics, big data analytics are there. So enormous amount of the data you have used. That's why I told you in that applications, right? For same thing, what are the water consumptions it have taken for the previous year for the same plant? Water consumptions you want to identify. You want to, then you are in need of the data of the previous year. From that previous year data only, you can predict it, right? This much of amount of the water it is required for. This much of plant for this much of water it is required for this plant. Previous year it has taken, because of the weather condition it will be changed from the previous year to now. So at the time you have to take in here, it is the what is the water consumptions, either we want to do for irrigations or not, or cultivations or not. So at the time you want to do some predictions on it. So either it is the false positive or it is the false negative. So like that, so it will come. So false positive, false negative, again you go for in that machine learning. Do for the machine learning or it is the deep learning processing. So at the time itself you want to predict it, then you will get it for the consumptions of water, it will be less or it will be high. So due to the predictions, again it will be useful for us to do the cultivations or it is the farming. So that's why in that middle layer you have taken just something telling for that with an applications, then only all we can get it for how it will be work. Then finally that applications and management layer it will be there. So from that processing, the abstractions of the data, visualizations of that output. So that you want to do it right. Here it is using for any type of audio, video, or files or graph pictorial representations. All it will be there. For the business purpose also, they have used for PLM, that is in our product lifecycle management. It is the effective business analytics and data management. So quality management systems and also for warehouse management systems. So number of producting companies. So normally, one thing I forgot that 40 billions of the devices to be connected with, right? It will be changed into the diode. So in 2025, it will be for the time 100 billion or more than 100 billions of. So one small examples, when you are entered into the right restroom, suppose you have to use some, you have to take a bath. From that, in that shower for 3 lakhs something, in that shower based on they are fixed with the camera. From that camera, it will be identified in our face recognitions. That means in our face actions. From that actions, what is the songs it will play. So simply, according to in our mood, it will capture, it will do some analytics. So what is the songs will play on in our right? So bathroom. So like that, here it is a number of places they have used for that applications. So here they have used normally. Now you got an idea about it for sensor. What type of sensor, which type of sensors you have used in our applications, and what type of board that is in our Arduino or Arduino Uno, or it is the Raspberry Pi. And one more thing you want to use it, what type of language you are going to use, because of what type of API you are going to use. So that is in our again for Python. It is the very much simple for that Python or advice having for that Energia. So what type of API? It is your choice. You have to choose it in our API. From that API, you have to work it on. And also, basically you have to know about it for security. Normally, we can send over the data through the network alone. It is connected, the devices are connected through the network. So from the network, the third party, definitely we know about it, the third party or authorizations will enter into. How it will be, right? We'll tell you later. So how you have to overcome it. Then security, what are all the security mechanisms is there, that will tell you for the cryptography technique. Because of all it is for that IoT means anybody can able to enter. So with that IP. So here it is the IoT technologies, short range wireless, medium range wireless, long range wireless, and wired. So wireless also there, wired also there. Short range wireless, it is the Bluetooth, near field communication, RFID, Wi-Fi, and Z-Wave or Zigbee. Then medium range having for hello, then it is normally pronounced as the hello. So it is the medium range of communications, will tell you. Then LTE and narrow band, low power band, and LoRa cellular also we have used for the 3G and 4G. In that wired, we have used for that serial port, Ethernet, and Firewire. That's why I told you for that. I forget the name for Firewire. It is the cable you have used for that external hard disk. 4008 and the 480 megabits per seconds the data transfer rate. Because of you want to collected the data, it is not a matter how the collected data it will be forwarded to into the next place. That is the matter. Then what type of the protocol we have used. So that's why here short range wireless network, it is the IEEE 802.15.1. So Bluetooth low energy, it is the 2.40 to 2.48 gigahertz. It will take to right communicate. It is the short distance using short wavelength. So some of the applications it is required for that Bluetooth. In our laptop itself, it will have for that Bluetooth and also for Wi-Fi. So which one at the time of requirement you have to take it some Arduino or it is the Raspberry. So here it is the near field communications. It is also called it as the short range wireless technology, similar to that RFID. So know about it, RFID. So it will store some information. It is also short range. From that electromagnetic field, it will be readed by using the RFI reader to get the data. So because of where for in our educational purpose, in every system, we need to keep it in RFID tag for that every machines means where it will go that particular system, either which department. At the time of the accounts, no need to worry about it. This system was there. So only for the reader where we have to taken from. So that's why we have to use for the RFID. Near field communications, I have seen that right advertisements, and also for the IoT applications, we have used for that. Suppose you are going to enter into IIT Kanpur, we don't know that where is the conference hall. At the time, any smart flex was there. In that smart flex, in your near field, your mobile has to communicate. When you are short distance, you have to write it walk in near to the flex. Then automatically in that informations you have to got it in our mobile with GPS with the direction. From that, no need of to write other person's help. You are going to enter into the conference call. So that's why the many technologies has arrived in our world. So RFID, then Wi-Fi, and it is the Wi-Fi direct, then by Max, IEEE 802.11 or 15 or 11 point IEEE 802.11 AH. So Wi-Fi, it is also there. There you have to use to for write in our communications purpose. So data transfer purpose. That's why here it is the Wi-Fi direct and also for Zigbee IEEE 802.15.4. So here you have used for the Zigbee. So only the support multiple network topologies. Why we have 65,000 of the devices has to connect it in the Zigbee. So network topologies such as point to point, or it is the point to multi-point used to connect in the mesh network. So it is the low duty cycle provides long battery life because of we are in need of the battery life because of we have used to collect the data only for the sensor. So here it is the low latency also, and 28-bit the encryptions, 128-bit AES encryptions normally we know about it. That's why I told you we'll tell you later for the some encryptions, that is the security things. For the Zigbee, it will be provided. So here it is the 128 bits of advanced encryption standards. So that bits for secure the data connections. For lowest range, you have to use it means, and also power has to less by using for the Zigbee. Because of there is, I think so, time permits will show you for the Zigbee architecture. So what are all the things it is needed to communicate or to collect the data and to forward it from the sensor. So that's why I have taken here. Then it is the medium range of wireless network, that is the wireless technologies. Here it is generally you can call it as the hello. It is called it as the right extension of that Wi-Fi. So here you have operated on that 900 megahertz band, that is the electromagnetic radium spectrum. So it is used for that data payloads. Normally you have used for that IP and TCP and also for that UDP. So you have used for the transmission connection oriented or connection less oriented protocol in the transport TCP. So from the payload of the data. So again, that's why I'm telling for the payload, the computational power, it will take it as the high. Again, you want to do some processing. That's why the process, the inference only it will send it into for edge computing to the cloud. Inference alone you want to send it up to the cloud means it is okay. But do the enormous data process. So here you have to use it, do it in only for the cloud alone. So here you have to use it to payloads of and low power device. Here we need to take it for that hello. And LTE, you know about that for long-term evaluations and narrowband IoT. So it is the category of the low power band for the narrowband IoT. So the bandwidth and also low bandwidth that is required and the long battery life. So low bandwidth it is required, which applications you have to use it at the time of applications. This is enough for it. For in your assumptions, only the payload concessions, only the data constraints. So only for these applications. That's why you first identify that what you are going to do in your research. Based on that, what are all the requirements it is needed, which technology you have used, which board you have used, which one is the power consumption. So everything you need to identify. Then only you can go up with the good that means good data transfer or good communication protocols are good in our applications also. So that's why here it is the low bandwidth and the long battery life. So here it is the long range wireless. Many of the researchers has to do it. Here it is the long range wireless low power WAN, so wide area network, or it is the LoRa long range network, or it is the cellular. They have used for the mobile technologies. So long range wireless, it will be for that low power area network, that is wide area network. It will give the solutions of machine to machine communications. Normally, that's why I told you in home appliances, right? Both it will communicate each other without interventions of the human. So like you write, suppose the temperature sensors, you are entering into the particular room. From that room already the air conditioner it is switched on with the temperature 16 degrees Celsius. For that, one person it is okay, two persons, three persons, four persons, the number of persons will be increased to enter into the room. Again, you no need to touch with our air conditioner remote to, right, to reduce the temperature because of the cooling. So it automatically the temperature sensors to transfer the data, what they have collected, what is the temperature, it will send it into the air conditioner. So automatically it will write machine to machine communicate, that is device to device communicate each other. So here it is the 10 kilometer in urban area they have used for that LP van. So low power WAN. So here it is the low cost and also for lightweight protocol. Only they have to communicate, right? What is the data collected from that it will do some process. So here it is the then it is the LoRa. It is also used for in our right machine to machine communication, which enable the public or multi-tenant network to connect a number of applications running on the same network. So number of applications, that is a main important thing. Same topology it is required, same network it is required for connecting more than one devices at the time which one we want to use it. Because of you must know it, all you have an idea about it, then only we can go for it long range or medium range or it is the short range. So what is the thing? It will be there. Either Arduino have it or not. Suppose it is not means either you want to get another module, you want to plug in and plug out module. You want to insert into. Then wire network you have used for that serial port, you know it, RS-232, then Ethernet, IEEE 802.3, all you have right connected in that separate port. Then it is the firewire. That's why I told you for that firewire, it is the serial bus for high-speed communications, the data transfer rate. Everything it is calculated for the data transfer rate and bit. So here it is data transfer rate. It should be the high for that 480 megabits per second. So which cable, either wired or it is the wireless technologies. And power line communications also sending the data over existing power cables. So normally you have taken for that existing power cable. So that you have used for the telecommunications. Suppose you have used for the leased line. At the time you have used for in our power line communications. In that line communications, the data over the right line. So that's why this is the short range, because of every layer have right some communication, some protocols it will be applicable. Physical layer, RFID you know it, NFC you know it, network layer again you have used for that what is the wired or wireless networks, After that, you can go for transport layer. Either you have used for the TCP or it is the UDP. Then what is the payload? According to that, any data loss was there or not. That's why we have doing for the pre-processing. And then final it is for our short range. So what I told you here, right? Already what I told you. So just I have used for some points I have kept here. So identify other smart objects in that physical parameter. Information that is collected by these sensors can be about locations, changes in the air environment, motions, vibrations, etc. So provides a user interface for using IoT. So here it is the physical layer. I told you, right, numerous examples also. So I have given that they are used for that sensors, actuators, RFID, NFC. One advertisement I have seen that normally you have used the ATM card, kept it in our pocket. That nearby persons, right, only the short range. Third persons came into that in our place, it automatically debit the amount. Because that security is not provided. When you have entered into that, for smart things you have used, when you have to get entering for that metro, again you have to use it, right? You want to come out, then short range it will come, that class or the right points it will be open. So like that you have to take it as the NFC. So sensors and actuators. For third communications, here you have used for the sensor, connectivity and network layer. So simply it is the data coming from the, it is the bridge gateway. So connecting the data and do the processing in between you need for the gateway. So sensor connectivity and network layer and pass it into the next layer, which is the management service. Normally in that management, that is the middle layer. Do all the communications, that means communication models, then it is in our right which one pre-processing. So all it will be happening in that for different IoT device works on different kind of the network protocols. That's why I told you what are all the protocols it was there, where which type of the protocols you have to use it. First you keep note of it, then only you can use it for that particular protocol. Then only you can make it as the API. Then you can use it. After that, you can try to do for the next level, abstractions level. So protocol requires it is the assimilated into the single layer, responsible for integrating various network protocol. So that's why in the communications layer was there. So here, normally in that network layer and the transport layer for the communications layer, I told you for all those things, what is the network layer? 802.3 Ethernet, then Wi-Fi AH, A11 it is the Wi-Fi, then Wi-Fi 86 it is the WiMAX, 15.4 it is the low rate WPAN. So transport layer, what is the payload? What is the IP address also it is required, because of which device you need to connect it, either UDP or TCP. So whatever the thing you have used for the DHCP or IP, but IP protocol, it is must to collect the data from the environment to the next level of the processing. The gateway it is required for the IP. So normally you have used for the 32-bit or used for that 128-bit address. So normally know about that 32 to power 32 how many devices, then 2 power 128. So in 128, hope India doesn't came in there. So 128 they have to use it in that foreign also. In middle layer, so in that that is the OS, what is the data, what is the security. So everything it is under the for middle layer alone. So this layer is used for managing the IoT services, not stream analytics, data analytics also included. So device management, it is responsible for securing the analysis of IoT device. Not 100% sure about it, because of no one give the security for the cloud till now. 100% I have completed in our data is secure. So whatever the thing for previous day, day one taken by the resource persons, that resource persons told that, right, either you have access into our Gmail server. So for that exact Gmail, by using that any one API he has to use. So that API they have used for that, right? So how it will be connected, everything they have told. So here it is the analysis will not provide the security because of we at least we encrypted the data by using that SHA, secure hash algorithm, and also for message digest file. Then MAC authentications, right? MAC authentications protocol, MAC layer. It will come into the data link layer, into the link layer, physical layer into the link layer. So some of the encryptions we have to need to according to in our applications, which type of encryptions it is required to make a program. So that's why here the stream analysis, data analytics, the device management. So here it is the data management is required to extract the necessary information from the enormous amount of raw data collected by the sensor. That's why these are all the examples already I told you. So where you have to put it or deploy the data because of future predictions. Either the tsunami will come again. So what is the sensor it is required? The blind people, because of we have completed the projects also for the blind people. So for the blind people, what is the camera? Where we have to fix it? What is the device? Which Arduino board or which Raspberry board? Which ultrasonic sensor it will take? What is the object you want to detect it in front of them? Any obstacles was there or not? From that obstacles means it is detected how at least 10 meters. So the ultrasonic sensor ranges from that, it will give the alert to the right blind people. So it will be useful again for the data. And also one more thing, have filed the patent also that patent. So here it is where it was again, he has came into that particular place. That GPS locations also it will be right. Again, it is remembrance. So either I came into that place, that same pictures captured and do some analytics in the cloud part, data analytics part. From that part, it will again get some information you can visit it already here. So just for the remembrance, they have to visit it. What is the phase? Suppose you want means it is the enormous data. What type of people you have seen? So that's why here it is sensor devices to yield valuable results of all the data collected. Actions of in this layer alone. So also here, certain situations requires an immediate response to the situations. Normally, that's why it is needed for that high communications power. So data transfer rate, it will be centered. So immediately it will do some actions. Switch off the light, I will say. Then switch off itself. Again, I'm giving for that analog. It will be converted into ADC, analog to digital converter. Again, it will be entered into the digital one on or off, 0 or 1. Do some actions immediately. Otherwise, there is no use of that, right? So I would. Helps in doing that by abstracting data. That's why you have monitor. Suppose in your home for that office purpose, we all know about it already. So otherwise, we can get the loss of pay for the 10 minutes late or 5 minutes late. What we have to do? So our bachelor, it is too trouble on it again. So suppose the married people, it is okay, but bachelor, it is too trouble on it. So hurry only we can try to go for the office at the time. We don't know that either we have switched off that fridge. We have right switched off the light. We don't know about it. At the time only the M to M it is communications. On the way itself, through that mobile, you have to communicate within your home appliance. Again, it will right switch off the light, all it will be connected. Then without human interventions, automatically in our street light will comes or turn on by the 6 o'clock. Otherwise, in our humidity, it will there for 26 some right temperature, it is getting reduced or cloudy, then the street light will be switched over. But when the technology comes, the human interventions, it will not come. So again, the technology it will increase means the working also for that the people. That's why it is coming for that Internet of Things versions, that is the 4.0 industry. So many things was there. So here it is the layer responsible for data mining, text mining. So what is the data which is required exactly? From the data alone, we can do the processing or pre-processing, right? Then do the analytics. So before that, because of I have talked about only for that architecture. So data analytics, the next one, next day, they have to take it as more in that analytics part. That's why I never touch with that analytics part. I have given for that certain examples about for that analytics part. So here it is the data mining. text mining, service analytics also. Normally in that analytics platform, you know about it, statistical data mining in motion analysis, predictive analytics in memory analytics, then it is the text mining. So many examples currently, right, in our DST, ongoing research for the DST also they have taken in Government of India, IoT and cloud security. So like that, till the security it is right missing in that IoT and also cloud. And also for smart environment. Many of the places government announced to take it as some of the crore they have invested for that smart city. So again, the smart city will come wireman. Again, light, they have to write, put it on the light by timing. So that also, it will not come all, it will be for the technology wise. Then it is the wearable devices. That's why I told you. For that wearable devices also, we'll take it in the next layer for that applications. So applications layer, which is responsible for effective utilizations of the data collected. So what is the data they have collected from the cloud, or what is the data it will be processed, it has stored, that is collected, it will be abstracted of the data. Suppose the point one. That's why one more examples I will give you for that pregnancy card, suppose they have to check it. In third pregnancy card, either it is the positive. Those who are under 18, right, under above the 18, they have to check it in third for. So why I'm telling this one means false positive. It is okay. Third married people, it will okay. Suppose it is under third, it will not okay means okay. Suppose under third it is okay, that above 18 it is right not okay. Suppose for third, right? So applications, how to think about it? The false positive then they have to what they have to think about out after 3 months. So that's why here. So the card it is negative, then it is for the positive means okay. Suppose it is the positive, then it is come into the negative, then we can't say right that card it is the. That's why in that for COVID-19 also. So here it is various IoT applications include home automations, healthcare, e-government, and one more applications I want to share. That applications are used for the disability persons. Disability persons, suppose they want to, mainly they have to concentrate on that, either they have the heartbeat, in that right, frequently it will be there, or how much right bits it will be per seconds. And also for some other issues, they have weird for that, that is the band, while they have to enter into the toilet. Because of that places only, no one help them at the time they have suddenly have any heart attack or any issues was there in that particular place alone means who will know about it. So that's why need to take it in that band. So why the healthcare it is more important for the Japanese, because of the world most aged peoples are living in the Japan. They mainly concentrate on that healthcare applications because of how we have to secure, how we have to right protect them. So that's why they have used for that for healthcare applications, and some other countries they have used for smart car managements. Some other countries they have used for smart agricultures. For our country, they have tried smart agricultures, not fully. So they have come into the now only they have come into the pictures for IoT. Many of the projects it is lively going on. Many of the research funds they have given for that IoT and blockchain. So mainly thing it is the security issues. So here it is two type of the applications which are horizontal market, which includes the fleet management. That's why here in the diagram it says that so here excuse sectors, what are the environmental, what is the energy, then it is transportations, and it is the healthcare. So normally what are all the things it has to be used for energy transportations, because of in Bangalore also they have used for transport. Normally you have used in your where is my train, from the sensor alone it will take. You have used in our railway Wi-Fi. From that Wi-Fi itself, where you are right, where you are right moving into that particular train, where it is coming from, and also it is in current which place. Because of with locations GPS all things which it is connected with that internet, you can get smart answer. So that's why here it is the right transportations managements also. First train it was there, later the bus also, bus tracking systems also it was there. So what is the amount it is required? So based on that amount, that is the cost wise, you have to check with device sensor. Then it is in our which protocol you have to use it. That is the lightweight for communication faster. So that is why here it is needed for in our applications layer. Here, what are all the protocols you have used in our applications layer protocol? For third layer, HTTP, COP, WebSocket, MQTT, XM, DDS, then AMQPS. So all the protocols are there used in our right applications layer. For third applications layer, again, I told you I have taken only the two examples for the time permissions. So here it is the MQTT message queuing telemetry transport. I have taken for that, I have used to publish the paper in patent on computer science for smart home autonomous home systems. In that autonomous home systems, I have used for that MQTT protocol. So without mission intervention, without human interventions, the mission to mission able to communicate and share the data each other through the right internet. So that's why here using for that it is based on the publish subscribe model use of MQTT broker. So that's why it is the main applications. It is for MQTT broker. So useful for places where memory and resources constraints are limited. So which place you are in need to use it for that MQTT. So that place you have to take it. And for constrained application protocols, third for giving the solutions of the mission to mission. Because of I have used only those two for that. It is the mission to mission. It is the request the request response model runs on UDP instead of the TCP. Because of it is not in that wired, each have to communicate each other. You want to go within your home in that smart manner means it will take the 25 to according to your room size or it is in your home size, you have to take it. So not even I told you for that in server itself, they have camera chips and everything. It will be connected according to your mood. It will write switch over the song, which song want to play. So like that, right? How you think? Then it is the gate put and post delete, etc. They have used for the protocol constraint. The next we can go for it is the communications models. For that communication model, exclusive pair communication model. So type of the servers client that both able to communicate each other. So here it is two or more devices that directly connect and communicate between another. That's why right we have used for that communication model. That's why I told you for that mission to mission communications. So normally here client server model we have taken from that client server model request to the setup connections, what I want to send it, what right you want to give the permissions on it. So exclusively pair. So that's why here the title itself you can right now about it. And publish subscribe model. So publishers send messages to the topics. That's why here in between it is act as the broker. So this protocol it is the lightweight protocol. Lightweight protocol already I told you for that lightweight it will consume the low power. So minimum whatever the thing you want to use it for the wireless sensor to the IoT, the sensing device consuming how much power, how much power it is required. So according to that only you can use it in your application. You can write a demonstrate or you can make the research on. So which applications you can try to use it, which protocols you can use it. So here it is the broker, it will act. So publishers, suppose myself, send the message to the topics, message published to a topic one and it is the topic two. So in broker they have kept it or they have collected all the write messages from the publisher. Then consumers which are all the consumers required to that particular topic, particular information, the topic it has the informations, right? So it will do it. Normally, I have communicate that machines has to communicate with the device communicate with the other device. How they have to able to that particular device alone, that information it will be forwarded for in our smart home, not all the devices. So third devices alone you can forward that information means here we have used for the broker. So what type of informations wanted for the end user, that alone that need to excuse that alone you have to take it in our MQTT protocol. So broker take it though, part off from the publisher, then which device it will be needed for that particular data. That data they have to take it for consumer 1, 2, or 3, that is the end user. The applications. Normally you heard about it, ADAS. DAS you know about it further, right? Advanced term. So here you have to take it as the advanced which one intelligent systems you have used further. So here you have to use how the car it will be. That's why I told you for that previous example. So here it is the how the car should be protected. So what are all the sensors they have to kept it. So all it has to be right taken here. So such kind of applications they have. Oh my God. So here the advanced driving assistance systems, normally some of the students also, because of you have insisted that the students to do the right driving driver safety. You have concentrate because of the human being, we have to concentrate on the driver safety alone. But what about the car? Either it is the right 3 crore car or it is the Lambani or something, then we need to right protect the car. So without human also in foreign California, they have used without human right in our car to travel to which place you want to be. Again, car can stop and drop you. So that type of right applications was there. Here they have used for that intelligent parking assistance. So either which place you want to be right park, that park also you want to fix it in, because of many of people's violate the rules. So only for that yellow code inside, that yellow color inside you have to park the car, but many of them violated because of disturb while you are entering into the mall. So like that, what is the sensors you keep it? Then cross traffic alert. It is very important thing. Cross traffic alert. Only for an example, you ambulance alone want to cross. When ambulance right entered into for emergency cases, it is riding on the fast at the time any signal while detecting for that particular ambulance, that particular alone it will give the way, or it will give when it automatically detect and do it in a green signal. So what type of which one, it is the sensor they have used. What is the normally based on radar sensors and lidar sensors. So lane change assist, while driver gets drowsy at the time they have right violent for the left side to the right side. For our country we have used for the right alone it is the fast track and the left alone it is the track. But in the foreign country, so which one we have used for that? Because of they have used the car for that automatic speed control. They have used for that 150 kilometer means go for first lane, 130 means go for second lane, right? So there is no congestion was there is no traffic was there, they will do their duty. But our places only getting right violent is there. Adaptive cruise, quantum. So majority based on the radar, they have used for that adaptive cruise also. Then autonomous emergency braking, that is the we have used for the AWS. So with it is the airbag. So here it is the they have used for that autonomous emergency braking also they have taken. The collisions will be occur before that it will detect, and also for in our curve on the mountain. So at the time opposite vehicle you want to fix it. So where that vehicle it will come. that sensor range, it will identify the particular. So blind spot detections also majorly based on, that's why I told you for the blind spot. On the mountain you are riding the car, we don't know that either opposite which places. Now the Indian technology they have used for that mirror. What is the other side they have, right? Either any vehicles are coming or not. But in the foreign technology they have used for fixed the sensors in that car with camera. They have tried taking that assistance with Bluetooth or with Wi-Fi inside that car. It will get the data again some other places, right? Some opposite places the vehicle will come or not. So this is the driver assistance systems for advanced. So here it is the driver get drowsy, driver state, and it is the dash logic and the vehicle state and the road scene. So what all the things they have used, either suppose here only we are giving the trial for that is in our giving the elbow to the driver, it will write up for new driving purpose, new driving people, they can use it for right, put it in L and they can write somewhat they have to drive. But here it is, all it will be the automatic, either in your right car, it will go for the right, left or right corner or something, it has to be detected. It is the software component architecture, they have to use it. Driver state, they have to verify that each places, that's why in the face recognitions, that camera was there. Actions, observations, acknowledgement and intonation. Fatigue. Then dash logics, driver assistance systems logic, it is for informational, warning and alarm. So vehicle state they have used for that location, speed and control. Then road scene, it is the land tracking is there, obstacle, it was there or not, sign recognition, visual monitoring, then pedestrian. So all it was checking in that. That's why I have taken only one examples for Tesla IoT car. Have you know about it for the Tesla IoT car? It is right made up of, they have used in the California and classrooms monitoring for our educational purpose, what the students are doing. Because of, we was, we was the students at the time, only the 30 members per class. We was the teacher, now we are in the teacher. So now the class it is for that 72 students. How it will, then how we have to monitor only 1% to all the students. At the time only they have used for the camera, right, with the wired device. From there, you have to monitor within your mobile itself, either what he or she is doing. The Chinese classrooms, they have used for these type of the technologies. So some of the colleges, some of the schools, some of the universities also, they are right now adapting those technology. So Chinese, they have used. Here it is the IoT properties of the Tesla. So already I told you, the car itself, you have to search in that. So how it is made up of the car, how many sensors it is required, what is the own API they have used, that attribute, right, that is the GPS locations they have used for it. Then how the productions it will be there. Then it also for the formed warming threat detections and reward systems. And car can detect the presence of the key fob within small distance of the vehicle perimeter. The virtually digitalized, theoretically available for inspection and utilizations including energy use. Normally it is the electric car. So they have used for the right electric car, they have used with all type of the sensors. What are all the, that's why I told you for the, you used for that reason Volvo cars with higher end model 160 to 200 kilometers you are riding on the car, in front of the obstacles it is found within right particular seconds without observe, that means without vibrating the car it will stop. Then how the technology it is work. So let you think what are all the sensors it is there, how the braking control systems it is adapted. So in front of that obstacle itself, right, you are doing, then it will not right up dash on that particular obstacles. Again, the technology it is failure. So here it is the Tesla car, they have used that same run the car. This will be enabled in 2014. So that is the Chrome browser. The car has a browser with geolocation capability and a map applications. So the car has a horn, lights and etc. When it will ride, get on. That's why I told you for commodity sensor for getting cloud, it will automatically so get switched on. So sleep low energy state over So woken up from your sleep, low energy state over the air and booted up at any time needed to query or operate the car. It will started with the low energy because of the electric they have used for that low energy, then it will pick up. So here it is the can take in new versions of its software and the firmware and upgrade itself automatically. So normally they have used for that inside 17 inches touch screen. In later only in India came into right fixed in the touch screen inside in the car. For what means we have to watch the video or watch the video that songs are moving. But how the control using for that single right system that is in our 17-inch touch screen itself, how we have to do it. So that's why they have used for the Tesla car. So here it is the smart charging systems that can be adapted to almost any electrical source that is plugged in into the car. So normally they have do some. So in this state itself, you have used for what is the sensors you have used. Then what is the Wi-Fi 802.15.4 or 802.11.8h, what is the protocol they have used, then what is the UDP payload offered, then what is the right edge computing the data on the processing itself, it will do some actions, then later the previous informations want to compare with the later inference, it will be stored into the cloud. So all it will be in the layered approach. That's why I have told you for that things only in the layered approach, architecture approach alone, I have used to give some right exposures on it. So all those thing examples, smart farming, India trending for that, right? And now it is the smart farming, smart agricultures using IoT. So that IIRS also they have used for it, and central government Dehradun they have used to give the demonstrations on that for remote sensing. So all they have used for that machine learning, the part of in cloud computing and IoT, it will come. Thank you all. Hope you have get some knowledge about it for that architecture. So in that architecture, so what I suggested from this, what type of Arduino you have used, the Jarvis. From that Arduino or it is the Raspberry Pi, which one convenient for in your applications, how to use it. Then what is the protocols you are in need or required that you have to take in, how it will be do the pre-processing because of everything it is the separate part. Cloud computing, it is the separate part. Big data analytics, it is the separate part. Want to do the analytics in that particular alone. There you have to provide the security, either AES or it is the RSA. So end-to-end encryptions it is required. So still it is working on that, right, for providing the security between them. So that's why it is my suggested. So thank you for patience to listen the right my presentations. Thank you.
Dear
Have any
participants,
queries?
if you have any questions, you can post in the chat box. Yeah, first and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Santosh sir, speaker of today's FDP, for allocating his valuable time and sharing his experience with us and enlightening us with his knowledge. Thank you so much, sir. Dear participants, we would meet tomorrow back at the same time, 10:30, and feedback links have already shared. And tomorrow's link will be shared in your WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Stay home,
Thank
stay
you, sir.
safe, keep learning.
Yeah, all they have to follow the Manoj sir words because of right now we are in that pandemic situations. Stay safe and learn more. Thank you all.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.